Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and I wanted to touch on one of the biggest questions. What's next for the World Heavyweight Championship now that Naomi has to relinquish it because of her pregnancy? Now, there's a lot of different options here, and we'll talk a little bit about them, but I feel like this title has been a little bit of a curse. I don't know if anybody else is kind of feeling that. Rhea got hurt, had to relinquish it. You know, it's maybe just a little bit of that, but it does feel like you're around that area where you either get hurt or you disappear, or it's just not a good thing because other than Io Sky, everybody else has either got hurt or kind of disappeared because Becky Lynch disappeared after losing to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan got hurt a little bit longer, or a little bit after that. I mean, obviously there was some time in between that, but it still felt a little cursed, I guess. Not as bad. And then obviously the two injuries so far is the life of this title. So I don't know. Obvious choice here would be, Rhea Ripley. I feel like she's definitely probably the front runner. I don't believe she should. I really do believe whoever should be in here should be somebody fresh that could kind of set it up. Now, Stephanie Vercour being the number one contender should just automatically get it at this point. Like that kind of fits really well for her, but I don't think it's what they want to do. One, because it's not necessarily the greatest idea to do that, and two, you kind of want a champion to win the title and get that. So you kind of have to look elsewhere. Io Sky would be my number one pick because I love Io Sky, but we just saw how poorly they did her title run before this. That I like seeing her on week to week TV. So I think once she gets that title, then immediately she disappears from week to week TV. And honestly, the Rhea Io storyline has been amazing. That I really do think the best option would be to give it to Asuka. Like Asuka having this title would, one, be great, just because Asuka is a great wrestler. Two, it would put a little bit of a divide in the Kabuki Warriors slash with Io there. I guess Damage Control. I don't even know if they're calling themselves that anymore because Asuka's going to probably have to beat Io to get there, or at least beat Rhea, and whatever that back and forth is, that kind of makes it hotter, like of who's beating who and who's doing what to what. So like it makes Asuka look really good, and obviously the eventual payoff of Asuka versus Rhea Ripley to defend the title, and her versus Io. All of those would be great decisions. When you kind of look elsewhere, there's not a lot of options on the Raw division. Obviously, they could look into the SmackDown and bring somebody over, but I really feel like it's supposed to be a Raw person. And then when you look at other people, there's just not that like glaring person that works. Like Becky Lynch would be one of those people that's perfect for this. Not really a spot. Bailey's kind of back there that could easily also be kind of talked. I know they're kind of working out her character and whatever she's gonna be, but I feel like there could be still that thing where she should be in the title. Lyra should really get a shot of being like, maybe we pick her. She did so great with the intercontinental title that it could work out. I think it's just a little too soon, that like it feels like she shouldn't get it in a way, and I think that kind of sucks, but like it kind of makes sense when you think about it, because you want like people to necessarily have that opportunity to like get that a little bit of that rust off of, or not rust, but like you lose to Becky Lynch and you want to kind of go out on your own and build up your character again to take a shot for somewhere else. Just kind of feels the shot over, Becky Lynch would be a little bit crazy. Other than that, there's really not a good option. I mean, that those are really good options that I just listed, but other than that, because everybody else is on other shows, returning Bianca Belair could be an interesting choice, but I feel like she's kind of SmackDown, and everybody on SmackDown that's over there, I think, is kind of like locked up into what they're doing. To really just pull them one over onto Raw, it's just kind of crazy and random. That I don't feel like we need that type of thing because we already had moved Naomi over here, which made that division weaker. Anyways, we don't need to move a second person. Um, I think Raquel Rodriguez should also be like in the talks here. I think Roxanne Perez should get an opportunity also. I really think a tournament is what they should do, an 8 women tournament, and maybe have the finals at Clash of Paris or right before Clash of Paris. I don't know if they'd have enough time because what if you put 8 women in there, you'd have to have 4 matches on Raw this week, then you'd have to have 2 the week after, and then it would be Clash of Paris. So you could possibly do it, but it'd be a little bit rough. I think it's probably going to be triple threats. It's probably going to be four triple threats, and I think that's what they're going to do. They get it dwindled down faster that way, and still have more women to go into it. So we'll be able to see how it goes. I think they should announce it hopefully sooner than later, and tell me what you guys think. I think my final decision slash person that they should choose would be Ashka. That's who I'm thinking. And maybe what you guys can tell me what you guys are thinking too. Until next time, it's Japan. Bye guys.